What's happening, everybody? Welcome along to some PBE League 2 action here in Japan for one last time. We are on round 17. I hope everyone's well and you've had a good day. Of course, I'm going to be taking you through the last race of this Japanese Grand Prix weekend. Hello to Ariel, how you doing, mate? Good evening, Dylan, and hello, Fedemigi. I butcher that already. Welcome to the stream, mate. First time chat. I hope you're well and enjoying your Sunday. Well, I can't complain, Ariel, mate. I had a good race in League 1. So, started 8th. I think that was my highest start in that division. And managed to finish 7th, so looking good, yeah. If everyone's there, you want to start readying up. We've just got we've got a few missing the night, and I haven't, like I say, if you don't know, I'm not putting any reserves in because there's only 4 rounds of the season left to go, so I don't want too many reserves taking the points off the guys. Let's have a good finish till the end. Hopefully we can get full grids for the final 3 races, as we're having a bit of a party in the lobby. Oh, hold on. Evening, Tommy. We're having a bit of a debate here, right? As we've only got a short grid, I'm gonna change it up. Where are we at? There you go. So we're gonna do a short quali with only 16. So if everyone can ready up and we can get this underway. It's nearly 5 past. There you go. Ready up. Well, there's only 16 in the lobby. Yasha's got a quali ban, so that's only going to be 15, so Q1's irrelevant. Senna says he's going to start at the back, so that's only 14, so we might as well just do a short quali and get straight into the racing action. So we'll have it. And yes, of course, as Ariel has just said, rest in peace to Frank Williams. Of course, that news came through earlier today. Obviously, it is a Sunday at the time of this recording, if you're watching it back later, but I've requested all drivers not to exit the pits until after the first minute of qualifying. That still applies as a mark of respect to Frank. And I've also asked if the guys have the helmets from the podium pass to put them on. Of course, I mean the George Russell Williams helmet, which is available. So if you've done that, that'll be a lovely fitting touch. And if you have done it, we'll give you plenty of TV time. But yeah, like I said, if everyone can just stay in the garages until the first minute. As Swan Shanks there puts the Williams logo out. Respect, mate, respect. Of course, I'm wearing my Williams racing top from, I believe it's 2018, 2019. As Dylan does the same as well. Respect, mate. Here comes me boy, 1 second. So of course as well, I'll keep your mouth closed for a minute until we see that first car come onto track, and then we'll get into the action. There we go. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Rest in peace, Frank Williams. An absolute fan of the sport. Been through the highs and lows of Formula One. I hope you're looking down, watching every race from now on, mate. Rest in peace. So, there we go. So, Senna's retired, as has Styles. Styles, of course, some tracks will qualify, some tracks he won't. And yeah, it is one of the tracks that you'd rather be into the back of the grid going into turns 1 and 2 down here. So many incidents, of course. Yash is on an outlap on a set of inters. Just make sure you don't set a time, mate. We don't mind some practice. Of course, I don't know why you chose your inters, but there we go. Aerials are effort. Oh, Aerials lost it already. Curbs are deadly. Yes, mate, we know the curbs are deadly. And there we can see coming out of turn 3. Is that Matty on board with it? There we go. So we'll have a look. Oh, his car's gone, but there. Matty's done the same. And there we see Ariel's wheel. Ooh, that's good save from Slippery Tuna there. But anyway, I want to have a look at Oh, it's not Yash, sorry, it's his teammate. It's Ruthless Venom. Tuna line at its finest, of course it is. It's always great to see the tuna line, but at the moment we're going to see Ruthless Venom, after missing last week, he's going to get them on the... Oh, he's not, is he? I do apologise, it's not, it's Andy Liu. Andy Liu's got them underway. No, he's not. I was right the first time, sorry, what a bad commentator I am that day. Yeah, it is going to be Ruthless Venom, and that's out of Dunlop. Oh, and he's took a spin, thankfully he's kept his wheels on the car, and so we're all going to jump on board with Andy, but he's hit the grass and he's spinning it. What is going on? Oh, that might just be lag. I bet that's lag. No, it's not. We're going to see his wheel fall off because he's out the session. God damn, we've lost 5 drivers already. I'm so glad we did go to short, I must admit, unless Andy Liu, of course, has lost his back wheel there. Yes, it's his back wheel he's lost. So there we go. We've lost 5 drivers already. Everything's as it is. It's all kicking off straight away. No one's letting us. Is that Matty? Tuna's going to start a lap. That's Bearded Dave. So it is going to be Ruthless Venom. But he's going to be coming back into the pits. So Page is only on an out lap. Many Ramsell's invalidated, so Ferrari next. Peter's on an out lap. Beheaded Dave, okay. Yeah, next week's Canada. I like Canada as well, mind you. I like this track also. So we're going to ride on board with Beheaded Dave. Beheaded Dave, of course, if you tuned in last week, would have found out, or would have seen, Beheaded Dave pick up his first podium of the season as he puts in a purple sector 1. Of course, no time set on the board as yet. And we've lost 5 drivers. Oh, it's Broken Arrow. I've missed him, so he's opted to go to the mediums, and he puts a 31.1 in, and Beheaded Dave puts in a 30.8. Yeah, go on, we'll quickly jump on board, because I think we're going to miss Peter. Oh, he's into the pit. There we go. Tuna is on a lap as he comes down towards the 130R. How does he take it flat out? No, he lifts and coasts it round there. Of course, it's only his first lap. There's no need to push it from straight away. I'll give a shout out to Kieran, who we've just seen in League One. He's jumped in the lobby and he's in a party with Tuna to help him along, and that's absolutely wonderful for me. And that's a first lap for him of a 38.8. That time will get better, I'm absolutely sure of it. So we're going to quickly jump on to the first lady of the league. Paige is coming round 130R. There you go. She's foot to the floor. Swings it round. Dropping it down for the Dunlop chicane. Attacking the first curve, but staying away from the second, really. Keeping it all the way to the right as best she can. And she puts in a 31.5. That's 4 tenths behind Broken Arrow. That's a good start for her, and unfortunately Matty is into the gravel after the Degnaz. Oh, and he's doing a bit of Tokyo drift round the hairpin. Oh, that might have been just getting out of the way as well. So yeah, Tommy says good stuff, Tuna, we're getting there. He certainly is. Okay, and as you know, I don't care about pace because I've got none. But he's practicing, he tries. And it's going to be good to see him back in his seat after missing a few weeks with work. So anyway, with this Venom, he's back out, he's on a lap. Right, can we get back to this action? Who needs to set a time? Maniac. Maniac's coming through the S's now. Just nice. And when you think about it, the Maniac at the minute, he can set a slow, medium time and still end up in the top 10. So, he doesn't want to be eating away at them tyres. Right, can Paige... Paige is into the pits. Only quick jump on Peter. Peter's about to start a lap. So we're back with the Beheaded Dave. Yes, we are. And he's provisionally went P1 with a 30.3. So I think he's went half a second up on his last lap, didn't he? That's great stuff, that Dave. And into the pits he comes. There's Mini Ramsell. Isn't qualifying. Oh, I think we've got the Maniac next. Yep, Maniac coming through 130R now. Again, foot to the floor. Oh, had to slow it right down there. I think he got a bad... Well, he did get a bad corner there, didn't he? All the front runners have retired. They have, mate. And will all the front runners get through the traffic? So Maniac puts on a 32.0. Again, as you can see, mixed strategy of tyres for this session. As Ruthless Venom puts it on pole, 3 tenths quicker than the Beheaded Dave there, with a 30.0. 30 flat, 30.0. Yeah, so I mean, it is an opportunity now for Ruthless Venom to start on pole. We know he's capable of doing that. Peter What can he do? A 114, so is he looking at a low 31 here? Kicks a lot of curb on that exit there, but gets to the... So it's a mid 31s there from Peter. That's a good benchmark from him. So yeah, basically all the guys qualifying now are going to be on the tyres the qualify on. So yeah, when you're not on a lap, take care of them, unless of course you are still on, just like bank a lap, scrub laps, whatever you want to do. Of course, the first lap so far, as we're halfway through the session already, it's flew hour. As I've just seen someone, the bearded Dave, has he gone quicker again and just moved up a touch? I think it was. But we're on board with hashtag where you at Swanee, and Swanee's coming around the 130R now. Again, foot to the floor there. And is it the Pirelli? It is the Pirelli sign. Start your braking there through that triangle chicane, keeping it all the way right, using up all his battery and putting it P4 on the soft tyres. I think there's more to come there. I'm not going to lie, broken hour there with a 31.1 on medium tyres. As Jonesy's just coming out the pits there now. Slippery tuner, just getting out the way there. Definitely a track format. He just, you can't. He's not going to be flying it through the rest of the guys. So just keeping it cool, calm, controlling it through the S's. So obviously sector one. Oh, who's that? Is that Broken Arrow? No, it's not. Who was it? It's Swanshanks into the wall there at Dunlop. Yep, there he is, just heading to the Degnars, keeping out the way. At least he's moving this time. I mean, Swanee has a habit of just stopping still and getting himself disqualified, doesn't he? So Sharaz is on a lap, of course. A name you're seeing 3 times a week to the end of the season, aren't you? He's driving in 3 different divisions, and of course this division he's on his wheel. But again, I still think he's going to be capable, especially, where was it? Was it at France? Or might have been the week before him getting himself a podium. But getting better every week. He might be on his way in though. No, he's going to put this lap in, so he's liking it. On the medium tyres, he's 3rd lap, and he does move up to P7 ahead of Peter with a 31.6. That's an improvement. Like I say, I come in every week. Page is up to P6, but invalidated again. Jonesy seems to be on a long out lap. That's because he's into the... Oh, he's took some gravel there. He's going to come in. It's absolutely pointless going round. Might change it. He's got time, I do believe. Or is that Shadows lost it? He has. Shadows is possibly just moving out the way. Hopefully, though, he can get back in and get another... Oh, he's going for the the medium strategy start. Got to keep right out of there, really. Right, so Jonesy is into the pits. Is he going to come out? We'll keep an eye on that. So... I mean, at the minute, Matty's going to be the top of the second half of the grid at the minute, isn't he? That's it, just off the throttle as he hits the apex. That's it, straighten the car up and then foot to the floor. That's it, so get it to the right and you're going to hook it in. It was quicker, slight mistake, but that's fine. It's just all about finding them lines and being confident to take them, especially when you're flat to the floor. And that was a good try. It was a good chicane, that, mate. And he's got his foot down, and there you go. That's nearly 2 seconds quicker. And he's got time. If he can go again, have a proper ride on board. Yeah, tucks it in, braking at the... I tell you what, turn 1 and 2, very nicely taken there, mate. Now just off the throttle, let the engine brake around these next 2 corners. Yeah, just keep control of the car. Lift and coast round this corner, and then lift and coast round this corner, and just lift and coast round this corner. Yeah, just keep the car on in between the lines. Oh, this is brave. Yeah, so he was slightly in, not wide enough there, so you compromised a bit of speed, but yeah, just keep it between them lines. And coming up to the hairpin, you can see he's obviously backed off, but hey, that was... You get consistency like that, mate, and them times are going to come down and your confidence is going to build. And that's great stuff. So Jonesy is out. Paige is on a lap, so we're going to ride on board with Paige as she comes through. Yeses, and up to Dunlop. There you see, it's just kind of just lifting coast. And speaking of lifting, she's up into P3. Wow, fair play, Paige. Yeah, but she's down here, so we'll jump on to next. So Broken Arrow. Can he get into the front row of the grid? And you see the guys just keeping the car between the lines. 3/4 throttle, just lifting and coasting it up Dunlop, keeping it inside the white lines. And watch Broken Arrow put in another good tyre saving setup, so I expect him to do a medium soft strategy. That's what I'm going to call for him. As Paige is getting out of the way, and Bearded Dave also, he's on his out lap, so a lot of the guys coming out the pits again. Maniac though, he's put a couple of laps in on them mediums, and we know he can... Well, he's going to start in top 10, isn't he? So he's on the mediums, which I believe is his preferred tyre of choice. His Paige tyres in the pits currently P3. Yeah. So cars are going to be out of position here, and it's on a tough track, so patience is key as Broken Arrow goes up. Or did he stay P4? I can't even remember. Shows how much attention I'm paying, but anyway, so that's Swanee next. So is it Jonesy now? He's going to invalidate, so he's got to go again. He does have the time. Oh, so we'll ride. Well, is that a good one or a bad one, Paige? Of course, Jonesy just needs to put a time on the board to start P10. We'll keep an eye on that, as Ruthless Venom is still P1. Or can he increase the gap? He is not. But he has just made it in time to go. His Maniac session's over, as is Shaddaz. Bearded Dave. Feathering that throttle there. Bringing it across the line, and he's up by 3/10 nearly. 2.5 to increase his hold on P2. Broken Arrow seems to be very slow coming through that chicane there. So it's going to be the Ferrari of Peter next. Peter with a good opportunity. He's over half a second up here. I think that was roughly about 6.5 He needs a good exit out of the chicane, and he's going to keep it all the way to the right as he possibly can. He's going to come across the line, and he's going to go P4 ahead of Broken Arrow with a 30.7. Paige currently sitting in P3. Bearded Dave currently sitting P2. They cannot get higher than they currently are. And that's... Well, I'm looking, is that Jonesy there? Yeah, so Jonesy's going to come across the line, and he's in P9. He's going to start on the medium tyres there. As Paige saying the game's lying to us. Lying to me or lying to you? I'm going to quickly jump on board with Broken Arrow. Again, he's going to come around that corner, but he's on a 2-minute lap, so he's starting there. So we're going to finish off. Nope. And Matty Our tuner is going to start P10. He's invalidated, so Ruthless Venom is going to start on pole position for the Japanese Grand Prix, which some say may be expected, given that the rest of the guys are further back. But Bearded Dave is going to join him alongside on the first row of the grid, so I believe this is the highest following his first podium. He's going to start in his highest position, I believe, of the season. I've never seen him on the front row, I don't think, this season. The second row says here that's going to be Paige and Peter. Quick look in the comments. I don't know, I'm happy with the lap, but I messed up the triangle. Aha, 2 purple sectors. No way, I didn't. The game lied. Alright, I'm with you. Yeah, apparently there's it just gives everyone purple sectors. I just assumed it was personal bests, and whoop, something happened there, and that's the session over. So while the guys load in, I'm going to quickly rehydrate. Right, there we go. So nice and bright, a little bit of cloud in the sky, a bit of a mixed up grid. It's going to be interesting, this. Now, can we emulate what League One did earlier on? Not a safety car in sight. I mean, let's try to keep Bert Meyerlander in the garage once again. As we're looking down the pit lane and just see the cars on the right hand side there just bouncing up and down. Who's that? Someone looks like the in a lowrider, but never mind. So front row, Ruthless Venom, Bearded Dave going into turn 1. I can half see Dave just wanting to slot in behind. Can't see them battling too much. I think it's going to be very respectful. It's just the cars coming from the back. Again, Paige, second row of the grid. I think this is going to be her highest start of the season. So, quick tyres for you as well while on the formation lap. So no one's gone to the hard tyres. Like I said, I mean, early on in League One I did a medium soft. Like I say, that's with only a VSC, as Ruthless Venom is already out of the session, as is Broken Arrow. And someone's getting very late off that's Styles. So 3 cars are going to start on really cold tyres, so that's just made things really interesting going into turn 1 then. Dave can get the tyre temperatures right here. He's going to be flying off the line, as is Paige. So Paige, be aware of Ruthless Venom getting a slow start here. Also Peter, so again, Swanshanks and the Maniac right in and around Broken Arrow. Shadows as well. It's going to be very interesting come the start of this race. Very interesting indeed. Styles has had I didn't even realise he left. So hopefully he's back in his car for the race start. But unfortunately, mate, you're going to have cold tyres. So So it's going to be Mini Ramsel 11th, Ariel 12th, Senna's 13th, Styles 14th, Andy Lou 15th, Yash 16th. So Andy Lou, the only driver outside the top 10 to select softs. Matty's going to start on softs. Looking forward just to, I don't know if he's going to battle into turn 1, but maybe just not be too slow to cause an incident, if you like. But no, mate, good luck to you. I'm wishing you all the best, as I am with everybody, including the guys that are going to start on slow cold tyres. There goes Yash, is just forming up at the back of the grid there. So we have red lights and we are go, go, go. I never saw any revs there. They were in first gear, but that is a good start there from Ruthless Venom. But you can see Bearded Dave is coming in alongside, going into turn 1, as I might have expected. Bearded Dave is just going to slot in behind. We do have a couple of people losing positions here and going up a position. We've got a spinner there. That's a Ferrari, that of Peter. And what's this? Styles is already out and Swanshanks is facing the wrong way at turn 2. Peter's took a spin, he's gone down. Matty there has just dropped to the back, but that's half expect him just to stay out of the way, and that's a VSC on lap 1. I don't know what's happened there with Styles, or whether he didn't get back in his car in time. But there we go, Yash has flew straight up the grid there. 7 places off a couple of turns. Andy Lou up as well. Have a look, Ariel, he's up 4 positions. Senna's up 6 positions already. So still a lot of change to do. Senna's up a couple. Jonesy up 4. Mini Ramsel up 7. Top 3 are as you were. So it is like I say, it is a VSC. So every driver has to adhere to the delta. There's no overtaking allowed. I didn't have a chance to race. I couldn't take control. Yeah, I didn't notice until the last minute, mate, that you even rejoined. I didn't even see you leave. But we are green flag racing. Once again, coming at the triangle chicane for the first time to complete lap 1. We have Ruthless Venom. He's 3/10 ahead of the Bearded Dave. And Mini Ramsel has already made himself up into P3 by overtaking Page there. I believe it just before the first chicane, but into turn 1 and 2 again on lap number 2. Mini Ramsel pressurising the Bearded Dave, as we've just seen Ruthless Venom lose it a bit there coming through. Maybe he's went a bit wide. Well, did go a bit wide coming in between the 2 turns. Mustn't have broke slow enough. But he's managed to hold position there. Page has dropped another position to Jonesy. We'll get it back onto the tyres for you to see who's on what. Of course, what am I doing interval? Of course, mediums are the preferred starting tyre. Oh, so we've got a touch there. And I think that's Mini Ramsel has hit the back of Bearded Dave there. Bearded Dave has, of course, is going to slow down, let the rest of let the guys pass to not cause an incident. Of course, only lap 2. There is a long way to go, but I think that might be a report being put in. As Mini Ramsel now has had something happen coming out of Spoon, and he's dropped down the order. So that's Jonesy back up into P2, and Page going around the outside of about 130 yard there. Shadows was on the inside. As there's a Red Bull of Senna already up to 5th, of course, pressurising the back of Shadows, as Shadows just moves out the way there. I don't think, if Shadows isn't feeling it on his wheel, he's not going to get involved, but lets his teammate past as well. And I think Yash as well, he's just squeezed past there. But of course, there we go, see Page in P3. Just slotting in between Jonesy and Senna. Of course, drivers may feel, well, further up the grid, that may not be as pacey. kind of pressurise him too much. So the likes of Senna, of course, will know how quick he is. He's got to be patient behind Page. He kind of just go barging through, especially through sector 1. Oh, as you see, I think that Shadow's there. No, it wasn't. It was Ariel. Ariel must... It looks like he's lost a bit of traction. He's took that hairpin, and I think he's took a bit of damage off the wall. I just hope it's not side pod damage, as Shadows has dropped down again to Mini Ramsel, Yash to Mini Ramsel, so where they're there, that's coming through Spoon. Mini Ramsel taking that inside line. As you see, Swanshanks and Peter have pitted for the Hards, and I think the Hards will get them to the end of the race as well, as Senna now makes his way past Page through 130R, but is Page going to try to get the move done back through the triangle chicane? No, just the gap's just too far there. So Yash looking for DRS now. Of course, the start to finish line in Japan is the only DRS zone on this track. And once that's done, now it's all about patience. Trying not to damage the car. So hard to overtake coming through sector 1, in my opinion. If you're going to go for an overtake, not only have you got to have the speed, but you've got to have the trust in the driver that you're overtaking isn't going to wipe you out as well. So you just got, in my opinion, keep it tight. Now you're looking for a better exit out of Degna 2, like Yash has just done on Shadas. Now is he going... This is the opportunity now into the hairpin, but he's just too far away. But that's the first opportunity for me for a decent overtake. Of course, coming out of the hairpin, you're going to want a good exit, like Mini Ramsel's done. Then he can do it again, because he knows he's got the pace. Now if he can get the inside line again, coming out of Spoon. Now he's got his battery, but he's using it all to get this P2 off Page. Down to 11%, and Page is going to let him by. There you will see, of course, Page still has 3/4 of her battery left, whereas Mini Ramsel has had to use all of his to fight his way up to P2. Shadow's here now up to P4, so I'm having a bit of a... I don't know if the incidents, maybe he's lost the traction. Bearded Dave, of course, got a bump in the back, and he's back up now into P9. Because we've got a yellow flag in sector 1, and is that for Yash? No, is that for Ruthless Venom? It is. Ruthless Venom is into the wall, and he's lost his wing from P1, and that's the yellow flag. Sector 1, sector 2, is that it? Shadas now. There you go. You see how difficult it is through sector 1. And he's lost it, so... Oh, and his tyres are too hot, and he bumps the wall again. And he manages to keep all 4 tyres, 4 wheels on that car. And this is, for me, where Matty has to take a bit of confidence. Keeping it in that... But doesn't matter how slow you are, looking out, he's back up into 10th after dropping to the back. Like Jake says, you can be the quickest in the world, but if you kind of keep the car on track, what's the point? That's it, get your racecraft done first and the speed will come. Well done, mate, after 5 laps, up into P10. Great stuff. So Ruthless Venom there, losing a position to the Maniac. Obviously going to have to come in, he's got no front wing. Bearded Dave will be feeling a bit easier now. Back up into P7. Again, a lot of this race left to go. Mini Ramsel has just taken... Sorry, Yash just taken P2 there from Page, as Mini Ramsel is in the lead of this race now. And I'm looking where Senna is. There you go. Senna's came into the pits and he's put on a set of mediums. Now, will a set of mediums go 21 laps? I don't know, we're about to find out. Well, it'll be 22 laps, I believe. No, 21 laps. I'm done with this game, Doc. And nah, mate, it's shite. Oh, as the missus says, evening all on this icy evening. Yeah, even though the sun's shining in Japan, traction, especially through sector 1, is so important to keep. It might as well be icy. Once you feel the back end or you touch a curb, it's just like hitting ice. Yeah, currently Senna, P11. Further up, we've got Ariel closing in on Broken Arrow. Coming through 130R, he's going to get DRS from Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow, though, is going to get DRS from Andy Liu. And Andy Liu, who I've mentioned once at all today, is going to head this little train. Well, this little train of 3 cars. But we've got Page making a move onto turn 1 on Yash. Hitting a bit of curb, slowing the car right down. That might have... No, I don't think it was a touch. I think it was the back wheel just hitting the grass, unsettling the car. And Page is up into P2. Again, I don't know if Yash just ran wide there. But he's got to sit behind Page now. He hasn't got the pace to outright overtake. Yeah, you just got to sit back. So we've got yellow flag, and that's Peter's out the race. Peter is out of the race, and he's lost it through the Degnas. There you go, he's just before the bridge, so he's lost it at Degna 2, and that is a safety car. Right, so, I don't know if Yash was expecting Page to be a little quicker because of the Delta. Thankfully, no harm, no foul, so for me, who's going to be brave to come in for the hards? Of course, Ruthless Venom, Jonesy, Swanee. They don't have to come in. Senna may stay out also, but the rest of the drivers, are the mediums going to come in for hards? Are the softs going to come in for mediums or hards? Someone needs to own up to hitting me on turn 1, ruining his race. Now, if you get on your footage, and I mean you can tag the whole grid. Well, that might be a bit... Yeah, so there, Paige is into the pit. She's going to be the first one to pit. Broken Arrow is going to stay out. Andy Liu into the pit. Ariel into the pit. But I mean, Peter, I'm sure like you can tag a couple of drivers who are in and around you for their point of view. I don't think that's too extreme to ask that. I mean, I don't know if you can ask. But I mean, on your screen you'll have 2 drivers below you. I suppose you could tag both of them, but that's your discretion, mate. Right, so Ramsel, Yash, Broken Arrow have all stayed out. Again, because I fancy Broken Arrow is going to stretch out a 1 stop. And especially being in P3 now, I don't think you'll feel too uncomfortable with all the drivers. There's we see, all pitting full mediums. Ariel is pitted for hards though. Tuna in for another set of softs. So again, not a bad call from him to make this a 2-stopper. Soft, medium, soft, medium. Don't need Shadows as well. He's pitted for a set of soft, so maybe he's going medium, soft. It's just all about preference. Not going to be... Some drivers just don't want to be putting hards on, especially on a track like Japan. So Ruthless Venom has stayed on the hards. Jonesy has came in and pitted for a set of mediums, so mediums will take him to the end now that he went for the hards. Swan Shanks, obviously all the drivers now are going to be able to catch back up. We are, I believe, going to have another lap at least. Yes, we are, because the safety car's already across the start-finish lines. Right, so as we have got a safety car, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll give you the rundown on the standings. can't I? I can't believe I've never done that yet. Right, so leading the championship at this moment in time, after 16 rounds, is Senna. As I've just caught a glimpse of his gif that's in the chat there, Kermit the Frog, love it. Yeah, so Senna is leading the championship. He's 17 points ahead of Jonesy. So Senna on 205, Jonesy on 188. And then Nizzy, who's missing again this evening, is on 155. And then fourth is Paige on 109. So you could say, if you like, the top three more or less done. Just final position. I mean, Senna's 96 points ahead of Paige after today. So after today, he's going to be guaranteed promotion. However, actually, only in P9. That may not be the case. Odds are, isn't it? But can't see Senna losing his top three position after today. 70. 79 points the difference between Jonesy and Paige, as the safety car is in this lap, so I think Jonesy may guarantee his promotion tonight as well. And then you've got Broken Arrow in 5th, Mini Ramsel 6th, Maniac in 7th, as we're watching for Mini Ramsel. Oh, I hope he's not slowing down. He's leaving it late, he's leaving it very late. Yash has picked up a 5-second penalty with Mini Ramsel and crossed before the line, so he's had to give the position back. Going into P2, Yash, I don't know if he's been forced wide, I just went well wide there, but Mini Ramsel's through the first two corners and he's still in the lead. So Yash in P2, Broken Arrow now P3. As we're having a look at Mini Ramsel, and he's spun it, he's falling down the order. That looks like he's hit the inside curb there of turn 5. And he's went for a spin. So from P1 to P13. So I mean, anything can happen in this race. Now this gives Yash the potential. Well, Yash now has the lead and he's 1.3 seconds ahead. So if he can keep a good clean race from here on out, he could bring, although saying that, he does have to pit. So Broken Arrow also has to pit. So Paige could potentially have the lead of this race as we sit after 10 laps. And she is right up the back of Broken Arrow. Of course, we're going to have another lap, possibly 2 before the DRS is activated, because I believe that's the DRS line that I've just passed there. So it won't be activated for another couple of laps yet. But that's a good exit Broken Arrow had there. He's gained himself a couple of tenths out the final corner. Paige is up got Andy Lowe up the inside. Just back, trying to be respectful, isn't it? As Jonesy is back into the pits. And Andy Lowe just had his elbows out a bit too much there, in my opinion. But Paige read it well. Any bump on the car coming through this first sector can just send your car spinning. Beata Dave now back up into P5. As we've got another yellow flag. Is that Fortuna? Well, no, it's for Ariel this time. Ariel coming out of Dunlop. Another spin for him. Well, has he got any damage? I don't think so. Just wait till the right position and Fortuna will give you that position. He's not going to battle you too hard. But yeah, like I was saying, Beata Dave after that spin earlier on, which I do believe was a bump from the rear, is back up in the 5th. I'm liking that. Senna back up in the 6th. After having to maybe be forced into a pit stop earlier on. I didn't exactly see what happened. I just seen he was in and out the pits. There we go. So DRS enabled this lap. But of course, the activation zone is on the previous lap, so it's not going to be till the start of the next lap we'll see it. So looking on board with Ruthless Venom, who's back up into 7th now. Again, obviously. Oh, and he's spun it again, and he's been bumped from behind. I think that was from Sharaz. I just don't think he's ghosted there, and Sharaz has went into the back of him. Hopefully, again, you see, it doesn't show damage to Sharaz's front wing, but I'm sure he's taking a bit. As we've got yellow flag in Sector 1, again, that's going to be for Ruthless Venom. Just needs to settle the car down. Right, so his teammate, though, is still in the lead, and he's up to 2.3 seconds ahead of Ruthless Venom, but we'll have a look at the gap to the leader. You know, he's not a full pit stop ahead of Andy Liu there, as you can see. Andy Liu only 2.8, Page 4.1, behind Dave. So when these guys pit at this moment in time, it is going to be, you know, bringing them back out round 8th, 9th and 10th. So it's going to be interesting to see. Andy Liu, though, he's going to get DRS off Broken Arrow. There's the 2 Red Bulls there have swapped positions coming out the final corner. Again, you've just... Well, I was going to say Senna's getting DRS there, but he's not really pulling away from the Bearded Dave, so Bearded Dave's getting a good slips. What am I talking about? There was definitely a swapping positions. They must have swapped back. Yeah, nice afternoon, Kieran. Thanks for helping the lads out as we've got Swanshanks dropping down the order. I'm sure something happened between them Red Bulls, but again, like a glitch in the matrix of me mind, then they've swapped back past. But yeah, back to Andy Liu. He's the leader of the runners who have pitted, so he's going to be really hoping potentially for no safety car, especially with Page and Bearded Dave separating. The biggest rival, biggest challenge at everyone, really, isn't it? In Senna, I mean, only one DRS zone as we've got another yellow flag, and that's going to be for Ariel again, coming through the S's. Just not coping with them curbs. Now Senna's got to just hold his... Oh, good braking there, mate. Good braking. And he's just got to hold his calm because he's going to be frustrated. And that exit wasn't the best. You've seen the 2 cars in front just take off as Bearded Dave makes a move on Page. Always going to happen. Senna just had enough room to get past Page. Unfortunately, Page was the one without DRS. And she's yielded them 2 positions. But she knows Senna has... always good for an unexpected spin, so she's going to be hoping for that as Sharaz is in the pits. Bearded Dave now making inroads back up into P4. Really happy for him now as we've got yellow flag Sector 1. Is that Ruthless Venom again? Yeah, Ruthless Venom is back into the grass. I think he's hit the inside curb on turn 1, and that's just sent him round. And we'll have a quick look. Wing looks intact, but tyres are too hot. And that's the corner before Dunlop, isn't it? That's turn 6. That looks like 5 into 6. The tyres are just too hot. Again, solid. Slow there, you got nice one there from Matty. Just realising he broke too late, and I nearly spoke too soon, but that's a good save, mate. I'm just going to let you get on with it. So around 130R again, got Senna right up the gearbox of his teammate again, braking just in time. Worst thing in the world to go into the back of your teammate, especially when it's unintentional. Now, are they going to get it done? Andy Liu, though, has getting the move done on Broken Arrow. And Broken Arrow got in it with good awareness. Just to hold it behind there and not go into the back of Andy Liu into turn 2. Looking behind to the bearded Dave and his teammate of Senna. Oh, Yash is gone. Yash now, it's his turn. That's turn 5 into 6. Exactly the same place as his teammates just lost it. But that there gives Andy Liu the lead of the race. And Andy Liu doesn't have to pit. Andy Liu does not have to pit as Jonesy picks up the 3-second time penalty. So Andy Liu has got to be licking his lips at this situation as Senna makes his position change around the outside of the hairpin on his teammate. Again, there wouldn't have been too much battling going on. That's what I was saying before. But that's Senna there up onto the podium positions. Broken Arrow holding his own P2, of course, does have to pit. Andy Liu, Senna, no driver has to pit. From third to 7th, Mini Ramsel may have to pit. Yash may have to pit. I'm not too sure them tyres are going to go till the end. Again, Senna now right up the back, the gearbox of Broken Arrow. He's going to get DRS here and he's going to make this move nice and easy going down the straight. Broken Arrow trying the best to stay, not to give him too much slipstream, but there you go, Senna has the move done, moving into turn 2. And that's him up into second. Andy Liu 1.3 seconds ahead of Senna. But of course, only one DRS zone. If you can just keep Senna out of it the best he can. Well, it's a tough ask, isn't it, unfortunately. Looking a little bit further down the grid, the gaps are starting to form to over a second, so we'll just stick with the bearded Dave just for now. He's going to get slipstream, I guess, or hot air. I don't know. I posed that question on Friday night. When does it change from slipstream to hot air? But the hot air's got to be there, really. He's got to be feeling the heat. Well, he would be in real life, I guess. Just keeping it within half a second, so we're going to have to try to swap between both Red Bulls here, because you're going to have Senna with DRS on Andy Liu, and then you're going to have the bearded Dave with DRS on Broken Arrow. So jump on board with Senna. Coming down the main straight now, the only DRS zone, he just gets the fastest lap with a 31.8. Is he going to get the move done into turn 1? Nope, he's just too far out. Is the bearded Dave? Yes, he is. So Senna holds P2 and bearded Dave moves up into P3 as Mini Rams are up. I was going to say Mini Ramsel and the Maniac are both into the pits, so that's soft tyres for them till the end. Andy Liu, though, has just got to keep the car in the right position for now. Keep Senna behind him. And then the bearded Dave has just got to make inroads now on the leading 2. Broken Arrow, of course, just needs to stay within the DRS of the bearded Dave. Even if he stays 4th, it's to keep Page behind him. I think if Broken Arrow I'll have to check very quickly if bearded, don't want to speak too soon, but if no, there's 9 points between Page and Broken Arrow, so the gap is a bit too far. Page will need to drop a couple of positions, I guess. Well, basically out the points for Broken Arrow to overtake her in the standings. Doing a very solid job there in P5 is Page. And she's got a good gap to the Maniac in 6th. Again, another week with double points scored for Page. It'll be fantastic for her. So as we're As I'm waffling on and took my eyes off the screen, there you go. Senna has taken the lead of the race. I've just been straight down the pit straight. I can't imagine it being nothing too dramatic. But by the time he finishes the first sector, he's already broke the second. So it's up to Senna to lose. And who's that to spin? That's Jonesy taking a spin through the hairpin. Oh, as his tyres just are not looking good at this moment in time. Oh, we've got a... I don't know what's happened with... Has Matty been... With two cars ghost... No, at the back. Well, it must be just a big connection issue there. As we've got Ariel now, again, taking a spin on turn 3. And he's into the wall, so sector 1 proving very difficult for the drivers today, but thankfully they're keeping it going. And we've lost 2 drivers. Again, Cody, a classic Cody's moment there, disqualifying, and Ariel's around, and that is big wing damage this time. But again, wheels staying on the car. But Jonesy, I think, are being lapped. Unfortunately for them, but as we are coming up the lap, well, we're on lap 19 and we've only had 1 safety car. I mean, it's for all sector 1s proved difficult. I've got to take my hat off to everybody for just sticking at it and giving it the best I can. As I've just waffling on again, we've missed the beard day. I am sorry for this shit commentary the day, everybody, but we do have a Red Bull 1-2. I can't even tell you the last time we've had a... Well, I think we've only had 1 team 1-2 this season. I do believe that was Jonesy and Broken Arrow earlier this season. As Mini Ramsel gets past the Maniac, coming through Spoon, or out of Spoon. He likes it through there, does Mini Ramsel, doesn't he? Bearded Dave, I think, is going to be just starting to edge his way from Andy Lou, because yeah, he's come into the pits, Andy Lou. So he's going to be on a set of softs till the end. Not feeling them tyres. We'll have a quick look at the pit stops. As you can see, everyone except Broken Arrow has made a pit stop. However, he is into the pits, as you can see. Yeah, he's got a, he's got a good understanding of how to keep his tyres going throughout the race. So in 5th, he's out in 5th, so that's great for Broken Arrow. Now we've got Ruthless Venom, unfortunately again, coming through Spoon. He's sticking with it, is Ruthless Venom, and that's fair play to him. It hasn't been the greatest day for him. And very few drivers can claim this to be a great day for them. Sector 1, them curbs, man, them inside curbs, just unreal, aren't they? Like I say, they've kept going. We've got back up into P3, we've got Page, and with 7 laps to go. Can she hold that gap? The gap is 16 seconds to Andy Lou. Can she keep that? Well, any drivers into the pits? Bearded Dave isn't, but Senna is. So Bearded Dave takes the lead. Senna's made a call that he can get out on track in a good position and with enough time to attack the people in front. So he's going to come out behind Andy Lou. Is he coming out behind you? No, it's a lapped car in front of him. So Senna is back out into 3rd position. And with Oh, that's a yellow flag. That's a yellow flag. Is that for Sharaz? I think that might be for... No, it's for Ariel. Again, going into turn 1 there. We'll see. Oh, sorry, that's turn 2 there. Ariel just waiting for a safe place to re-enter. So at this moment in time, we've got the bearded Dave in the lead of the race. And Paige currently sitting P2 with Senna on fresh softs, closing in. Has he given himself a challenge? A little one, definitely. He is obviously going to be quicker than the 2 cars in front, but has he left himself enough time? And there's another, I think that's Ariel again. It is just out of the Degnars. As you can see there, Senna, the gap is closing down now as Jonesy gets past Ruthless Venom. Because Ruthless Venom there is into the pits. At the very least, yeah, if you can get fastest lap, that might be some small consolation. Of course, fastest lap point open for all. Well, it will be frowned upon, and Ariel, and you will receive a penalty deduction. But I mean, I know it hasn't been a great day for you, and you can get fastest lap, mate, as well. You have got that. You've got the pace as well. But with 5 laps remaining, try your best to keep going to the end, buddy. You'll get so much in respect off everybody, as he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But yeah, try and get fastest lap, mate. Again, it's equivalent of a P10, isn't it? So let's just have a look. Mini Ramsel up in the 6th, Maniac 7th, Yash back in 8th, cheers mate. Swanee in the points there with 10th. No, we'll get nothing but respect for people who just keep it going to the end, especially after a bad race as Senna puts in a purple sector 2 there as he's coming through the triangle chicane now. There you go. He's made up of 3 seconds, hasn't he? There you go, a 30.6 there, fastest lap for Senna. 4.2 seconds behind Paige for P2. But I don't know if he's going to get close enough to his teammate. Let's have a look. Gap to the leader, Senna 8.9 seconds behind the leader. Paige 5.3 behind. With what, 4 laps to go? Could it be 2 weeks in a row for Bearded Dave? I really hope it can be. So confirmation there of Senna fastest lap so far, as we've got another yellow flag. And I think that's for Yash this time. It is. Yash has fallen down. He's got no front wing. Yash has lost his front wing coming through sector 1. Again, so hard that sector, isn't it? Just like Maggots and Beckett's, just like the sector 1 in the USA. You've got to hook them right every time. We're looking now back with Senna, and he's back. The gap now to P2 is 1.6 seconds. Let's see, Paige. It's just, she is closing in a bit on the Bearded Dave, but she, as you can see, she's losing a lot of time to Senna, and I'm just wondering, is there going to be enough time for Fanny Lou to catch up, or can she hold, if she can hold on to this podium? I think it's 2 races in a row. Of course, picking up a podium in Cobalt in the LR on Wednesday. Can she do it? There, Senna nearly hits the inside curb on Dunlop there, and you saw him save it. That's a great save, that, mate. It has kept Although, has it kept the win on? I mean, it's kept the P2 on, definitely. As we see, Shadows has dropped down to P9. Looks like he's had a spin as Yash is into the pits. He might have been moved up to P9, I do apologise. But we're just on board with Senna as he's coming through Spoon now. And he's going to be looking to get P2 back off Page. Will he get it done here? Yes, he will. Now, Page will all just have to sit into the slipstream. She's going to pick up DRS. Oh, there might be a bit of lag there between herself and Senna. Good exit here, and she's going to get the DRS. Now Andy Liu has got 3 laps to make 8 seconds up. Otherwise that's a podium for Page. Now we're going to have a look now. Well, we're going to stay with Senna because we're going to see, can he close up the gap of his teammate. It's going to be great to see, but and it's going to be great at Red Bull 1-2, but I personally want it to stay as it is, as we've got another incident for the McLaren, and this time it's this again. That's through the Degnaz. We're going to come. This is where we're interested, isn't it? At this moment in time, all eyes on Senna. Where is he? He's coming into Spoon. He's 2.2 seconds behind his teammate, and there's 2 laps to go. Where will they meet? It's now less than 2 seconds. Senna, he's flying on these soft tyres. He had belief in himself, pitting, that he can still do it. I'm a little skeptical. Well, I was a little skeptical, but he's proven me wrong. He's not going to get DRS this lap as we start the penultimate lap of the race. I know there's been a few yellow flags and a lot of spins, and there's another one now. But wow, this gate flew over for me. I've really enjoyed watching this. Bearded Dave holding on. He's done 17 laps. He's on the penultimate lap. He is a second and, 1.1 seconds ahead of his teammate. The podium, a second podium in consecutive weeks has surely got to be on for him. He got 3rd last week. He's going to at least get 2nd. But there you go. Senna is now on DRS. Within DRS. If he doesn't get the move done, coming out to Spoon into 130R, I think he'll just hold to get the DRS on the last lap and fly past him on the straight. But I'm not going to lie. I hope he goes wide and gets a 3-second penalty. I'm sorry, but I want to see Bearded Dave win. I would absolutely love to see Bearded Dave win this race. But there you go, both Red Bulls overhead, coming through the final corner. DRS for the last time for Senna. He's right up the gearbox of his teammate. He's on the fastest tyre into turn 1, goes for the inside line, and he spun it! He spun it! I don't believe it! He spun it! And he's gone into the wall! He spun it into turn 1! I do not believe that. I do not believe what I've just seen here. All Bearded Dave has to do now is just hold his nerve. Senna is still into P2, but he's got Page behind, as we've got Andy Liu's out of the race on the final lap. Andy Liu is out of the race on the final lap. He's lost it at turn 3, going into 4. And I don't know if he's going to stay into the points because the guy's getting lapped, but we're coming out of the hairpin. Dylan's just called it in the chat. Coming through turn 12 into Spoon for one final time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, will the Bearded Dave do it? Just keep that car in between the lines, mate. Keep it in between the lines. Like the saying goes, slow and steady wins the race here. He's got 4 seconds to his teammate. His teammate is going to finish in second. Through the triangle chicane for one last time. Slow as you like out the corner. Just ease it home. The bearded Dave is going to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Get in, my son. Get in there, Dave, lad. Get your setting sorted out. Everyone's wanting to talk to you here. Senna is going to finish in second. Page is going to come home in third for another podium. Fantastic job to them too. Broken Arrow in fourth. Mini Ramsel in fifth. Maniac in sixth. Swan Shanks, is he going to bring it home in seventh? Of course he is. 6 points for Swan Shanks. And before he says anything, Jonesy will just come back. I think it's 16-2 now, so we'll just nip that in the bud because we don't want nothing taking anything away from our race winner today. He was third last week. We've just witnessed him pick up his first win. Thank you for the follow, Hannon. I hope you enjoyed that finish there. I certainly did. Yeah, oh mate, we've just witnessed history. For those who have been in since as long in this league, in this server as long as I have, knows how many races Dave's taken part in. Yash is about to crash on the last lap. No, he's not. I don't know what's happened there. Yash is going to pick up the final point. But yes, get back to him while they're finishing off. There he is. Has Ariel got fastest lap? We'll check it out at the end, mate. But if you've done it, I'm buzzing for you as well, mate. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. There you go. Beat finish he's had. I think he means best finish he's had. Tuna in 13th. That's it, mate. You're finishing races. You know, exactly, Tuna. Great stuff. But yeah, we kind of take it away from him. We kind of take it away from him. His teammate gets driver of the day, of course, because he started at the back. But all the plaudits, there he is. He's even got a little bit of stubble forward. Where did Dave finish? We know where Dave finished. There he is, top of the lot. Yes, Jonesy, the bearded Dave picks up the win. I think there might be a nice little TikTok in there as well, or two. Especially going into the final lap. There it is. The bearded Dave, 26, started second, made one pit stop, and takes the win. Brilliant stuff, mate. His teammates in second, so that's a Red Bull 1-2 there. Page in third. Broken Arrow fourth. Mini Ramsel in fifth. Great drive from him. 11th, up 6 positions. Steady drive from the Maniac. Basically did what I did. Moved up a position. Swanee the other way, 6th to 7th. Still a great drive from him. Shadaz started 8th, finished 8th. Same as Jonesy. Started 9th, finished 9th. Yash picks up the final point. And yeah, we'll get down there and I can just see it in the bottom corner. Ariel did pick up the fastest lap. So for all the woes, hopefully, mate, that's some little consolation for you. Right. Party. Where are we? Add players. I'm getting there. So let's get these two into the party. everybody's going to want to hear from them. I hope the settings... I hope the settings are correct so everyone can hear you as well. But there we go. We'll start off with the first lady of the league, Paige P3. I think that's two P3s and 2 races on the 2 leagues. Tell us how that was for you, please.
I don't know. It's my worst track by far. I genuinely thought Canada was my last chance of a podium. Didn't think anything of this. I was surprised if I was even in the points. Even finishing the race was an achievement.
On this track, without a doubt, just finishing the race is an achievement. But of course, yeah. I mean, it gets better and better for you, doesn't it, this season? Yeah, I guess you don't. I don't want. No, sorry, I'll get my words out. I guess you won't want this season to end.
Can only go upwards. Yeah, I don't know what to say, really.
Oh, well, I'll say from everyone, very well done and congratulations. I'll not put you on the spot too much, but we will move straight along. Did he join? Is it better Dave here? Yes, there he is, mate! Mate, Of course, mate. Hey, 2 weeks in a row. But only it gets better. Top of the lot, mate. Yeah. Oh, I think it wasn't a big lunge, but I think, yeah, you did get a little touch in the rear end there. And like I say, you had such... Sorry, go on. It's again. Hold on, mate. We've got to quickly sort something out. They're saying they cannot hear you. I think it might... Did you hear, lads? Did you hear Paige? Yeah, David, it must be you, mate.
Is that better now?
Let's find out. Can you hear Dave now? Give him a 1-2, Dave.
Hello.
That's all right. Give him it's just for the delay, isn't it? Let's see if we can... Yes, there you go, Dave. Yeah. Take it away, mate. Speak to your public, buddy.
Great win. I'm happy with that. I thought Japan would be like it's one of my stronger tracks, and normally, like as always, I get hit, but luckily, last 2 times the safety car's been able to bring me back into it. So, but yeah, said I wasn't too pleased with the last lap incident. But to be fair, I thought I was screaming. Obviously, I'm not in a chat with him, but I'm screaming at him like multi 21, buddy, multi 21.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't see he had any need to go for it. You know what I mean?
I don't think he did.
I know he wants to win it, but it's like, but I've never won. He's top, going to get promoted. No one's catching him.
Yeah.
I thought he might just let me just go for the last bit, but try to put it in. I didn't intentionally try to take him out, but obviously.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to really scrutinise any report that comes in, because you were ahead going into the corner. And yes, he's got the right to try to overtake you, but no, that was definitely your corner for me.
I watched. I didn't think but he's saying I didn't leave him space and cut across him. But unfortunately I forgot to record a footage, so obviously ban coming. But there was no intention of trying to I'll bash him off, because I was disappointed. I thought the first thing that went through my head was, dude, we're going to lose a 1-2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The worst thing that could happen would be you both wiping each other out.
As a team, we've started to climb back up. We had an awful start, and now I've started climbing back up tables in the constructors, joint constructors.
Yes. Speaking of which, that 1-2 there is what? 43 points, isn't it? With that 40, well, before adding the Alpine and the Haas, that takes you to within a point of Alpine. So it's definitely wide. You've opened that door wide, especially with Nizzy not racing, and I mean Paige obviously has picked up good points. So I think the gap to him to the Haas team may be about 10-12 points, maybe it's a little bit more, but still you're definitely in there with a shout for the constructors. But
yeah, well, thank you, buddy, for a nice commentating again as well.
Oh, mate, I'm buzzing for you, mate. Like I said it last week. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke, mate. It's like I keep saying, you've been here longer than me. I've watched you race for these years, and you've just like I was saying to Ariel on the stream, you keep going. You don't give up. You take your lumps, and if anyone deserves it, mate, it's you. So congratulations again, and I have the best week leading into Canada. You know what I mean? So yeah, as I said, Paige has just got. Well, let's go for 2 in a row, mate. I don't think you're going to get the top one. I was saying, well, I'll start at the back this week because after today they're going to be nah. You know, they're going to be no. I'm going to qualify. I don't want Dave getting 2 weeks in a row. But no, that's next week. Enjoy this week, mate. Enjoy all your praise in the Discord, mate. You deserve it, and have yourself a good week. And congratulations to Paige again. I know she's just left the chat, but great stuff from you, Paige, as well. So she is really doing well. So until Canada next week, guys, from me, from Paige, from Dave on his maiden win, goodbye, and I'll see you then.